Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video, and this video is all about Veve winning the marketplace war in the future here for NFTs. And I'm going to get into this and explain what's going on very basically for everybody here, with OpenSea and Blur and this whole thing going on with their NFT marketplace and the war they're having, and how Veve is perfectly positioned to win wars like this moving forward, with the NFTs they have, with the IPs, and specifically with the royalties and the fees. It's very interesting, and I'd love to hear your guys' opinion about this too. So make sure if you do like this video that you hit like, and also make sure you comment down below in the comments section on the video. Let me know what you think about this topic because it's getting a lot of attention. You'll see videos out there being made about it. You'll see articles being written about it. And I'm going to throw my thoughts into the ring right now for sure. So also, if you want to continue this conversation, make sure you're following me on Twitter. I will follow you back. I try to follow everybody that follows me there, and we can continue the conversation there as well. And if you want to join this channel as a member, you do get a free Drophead NFT, which gets you into my reward programs. Just sign up as a member, DM me on Twitter, get your NFT, get into my rewards programs, which include OMI, comic books, and Veve Gems, and more stuff to come in the future. So just get in on that. That would be great. So let's get into this, the war. So what is going on? NFT marketplaces are battling it out, and it's all really, it's the big ones that are happening right now is OpenSea. Everybody knows OpenSea. That's where my NFTs, the Drophead NFTs are located, is on OpenSea, and Blur, and it's a battle, right? And this whole thing is, started a while ago, but it has everything to do with royalties and fees. Okay, so this is like what they're doing, the battling it out. I'm just gonna take this little chunk right here that I got from a really nice article. Okay, and I will post that article right in my description of this video for you guys to read it as well. But check this out. It's explained right here. Blur is a royalty option marketplace. Okay, so they give creators the option to charge royalties on their after sales or not, with several attractive features amid the creator royalty debate, because there was a big debate going on about should creators of NFTs even charge royalties at all for after after they sell their NFTs, right? And I have some thoughts about that in just a second right here. OpenSea made a bold move. OpenSea wanted to ban all marketplaces that optional royalties. They didn't want to have any of these NFTs there for sure. To get full royalties on OpenSea, in fact, you had to stop selling your NFTs on other platforms as well that have royalty options. Okay, so like a website like Blur, for example, right? And so with the new policy, Blur went back. Blur is battling because they're actually picking up a lot of steam because of this. The new policy requires creators to block their sales on OpenSea to get royalties. So there's a whole thing going on. It's all about the fees and royalties. And then, OpenSea, they canceled their fees for a short time and they're just battling it out. And Blur's actually taken over a bit. They actually had a day where they passed OpenSea in, total volume. So it's quite this battle going on. But these two platforms, to me, aren't doing it properly, in my opinion. And I think Veve specifically, positioned nicely, just waiting in the background, with their large IPs. And here's what I want to talk about, you guys, and why I think Veve is going to win this kind of war, and platforms like Veve, because they have the large IPs. And let's let a little bit of reality for everybody here. Large IPs like Disney and Star Wars and the rest of them and Marvel, they want royalties. Okay, this is one of the attractive things about coming into the space, is that when they sell their items, their collectibles online, like, when it comes to NFTs, they want royalties, and Veve is a place that this is what happens. There's fees and stuff like that attached to the NFTs, and the large IPs this is very attractive for them. Okay, and you got to understand why. For them, it's a business. And, I have no problem with, large IPs charging royalties, or the fees that, Veve charges in their aftermarket. I have no problem with that, because this is a business and this is what these companies want. And so this is why you're not seeing companies like massive companies just flooding over to like places like OpenSea or Blur or whatever. Those are more focused on, in my opinion, artists and stuff like that. And I have an opinion about that as well, for sure, about royalties. But large IP wants it, and Veve is perfectly, in my opinion, positioned, because we already have the large IPs over here. And this is a really great marketplace that's, already got some great stuff. Lamborghini just signed, well, at least they signed a while ago, but they just dropped their app, right? I mean, their NFTs right here on, on Veve. And this is only going to bring more. I mean, with Disney right there for sure, and all the other big ones that we have, and artists as well. And my next slide, I'm going to talk about artists. This is a more attractive place to come, right? If you have a marketplace that is like, saying you don't want royalties or whatever, or trying to lower fees and stuff like that, that's not going to be attractive to these businesses. Now, also, Veve is positioned really perfectly for this as well. Artists and musicians deserve royalties, everybody. I mean, if you're an artist and you're making an NFT project, you deserve royalties for your hard work. This is what keeps these projects alive. And this is what keeps these projects moving forward with roadmaps. If you do not have some royalties on, post, after sales, after the initial mint, then how are you supposed to keep this project alive and running? There's other creative ways you could do it, but the royalties, on selling the art for all time, specifically with music, which, by the way, Veve is now positioning themselves to go after music. We've already heard that is something that is going to be coming to the platform. And we already have artists as well. We can our artists on Veve, they with the fees and royalties that they'll be able to get, by selling their artwork, for all time. They deserve it. This is what artists deserve, in my opinion, to actually collect those, over the time of their NFTs for the future as well, to be able to provide tons of utility and things like that, and more roadmaps for the future. This is what artists and musicians deserve for sure, and Veve's perfectly positioned to do both. And look for music to be coming in the future on Veve, because they've already talked about it, right? For sure, right? So here is another thing to think about. People are talking about this too. eBay is getting into NFTs big time with some acquisitions that they made. There's videos out there that you can watch about this right now. There's a great one on the Paul Barron Network that you can watch as well that talks all about this. And Amazon as well is another marketplace that is perfectly positioned to go into NFTs as well. These are two things that actually were mentioned by David Yu. And the thing about this is that, those marketplaces, they're trusted by, tons of people outside of the Web3 space. And Veve is a collector's app, and Amazon is a massive collector a platform for collectors to buy, physical collectibles on. And so they're perfectly positioned to partner up with Veve. And they've already talked about Veve not wanting their NFTs to be interoperable all over the place. They're specifically wanting to partner up with certain platforms, and eBay or Amazon. These are places that I could see Veve actually partnering with. And if that happens, everybody, I mean, eBay's already getting into the NFT space. It's just going to be massive. So future NFT marketplaces that Veve is going to be partnering with are going to be doing the royalties for artists, the fees and stuff like that. And they're going to tap into that big giant network right there. So this is perfect. eBay and Veve are perfectly matched up, and we'll see what happens. But this is, I think, the grand plan of David Yu, is to look for a marketplace that you can branch out to that already has built-in customers right there. And if Veve is a collector's app, eBay is a collector's platform. I've been buying and selling and have an eBay business for over 15 years, you guys. So it is legit for sure, and a perfect place to go, right? So this is my opinion, is that Veve will come out on top of all of these other platforms, fighting for space, fighting for control. I think, like I said, artists, they deserve royalties. Big IPs want them. It's business. And I think Veve is perfectly positioned. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next video. I'll be making more videos about this as time goes on, and we'll continue the conversation for sure over on Twitter as well if you follow me there. I'll see you in the next video. Happy collecting.